All right, all right. Are you guys ready for this review? Nope. Okay, I'm kidding. Oh man, what's up, guys? It's your boy Midnight coming to you from the Midnight Cinema. And yesterday, I had the privilege, the honor and privilege of seeing Nope in theaters. Cinemark XD experience. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I prefer IMAX and Dolby. The picture and sound quality is just better. Not saying that Cinema XDs isn't good. I just think Dolby and IMAX are just by miles. It's infinitely better. Um, so leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. Once I finish this video, let me know what you all think. So let's dive in to Nope. So for I'm gonna actually try to keep this spoiler free, and I'm gonna talk about some of the themes, but I'm gonna keep this spoiler free because I know it just came out. A lot of people haven't been able to go see it as quickly. But here's what I'll say, and I'll make a separate video on the spoilers that's involved because there's a twist there. I don't want to give it away, but yes. So the main thing that people are wondering is Jordan Peele's Nope as good as Get Out? It's not. I think it's almost there. I didn't really care for Us. Didn't I mean there were things that were in it that were cool, but I didn't really. It just didn't grip me the way that Get Out did. And Nope has a sense of tension that is very well done. I think Jordan Peele knows how to set the tone for inducing fear. The way he builds his suspense. Some of the scenes where you're expecting something crazy to happen and things crazy, do take place. Uh it's just you kind of gripping your seat a bit. There's a scene in the barn that was very unsettling. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There's a scene in the trailer where we see all the blood that's coming down and it's raining on the house. Yeah, that's pretty tense too. I'm not even gonna. It's yeah, it's pretty tense. But what is my problem with this movie? Feels a little long. There were points where it just felt like it was. I did feel like it was just dragging on. And there could have been some filter on certain things. There was a scene in the beginning where there's a theme involving a chimpanzee that I understand why it's there. But in the sense of the movie, it didn't really need to be there. It just kind of felt like, well, it didn't really enhance the story in any way. It just kind of reinforced the theme that we already have, which I don't think of it like this. This movie is Jaws with aliens. That's how I explained it to my sister last night. I'm like, this is Jaws with aliens. You got these people who had these sightings. These attacks have been happening for God knows how long, and they want to be the first ones to catch it. They want to get it on video. They want to reel this thing in, kind of like Captain Quint. It's almost akin to Moby Dick as well. Like there's this mystery, this mysterious being, this mysterious creature that is causing all of this fear that we want to be able to see, and it's just torturing this town right here. Uh, it just felt a little long. There were points where I was moving around and I'm like, oh man, when it's gonna be over? Like, but at the same time, I got to give it to Jordan. The way he builds the tension and suspense really does keep you engaged in the movie because it has you locked in and focused. Like you're almost there with these characters saying, "Oh no, 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 no." And I like why it's called Nope. And he said it in an interview too, and I had a feeling this was why already. But when black people are in horror movies, we do not like to go in the direction of what is whatever creature, monster, being, whatever is there that's on its way to destroy, kill, whatever. We go the opposite direction every time. So this whole movie, it's around like how are we? They're actually trying to figure out how we deal with this. as opposed to, we're not going to run in fear the whole movie, but we're going to try to take this thing down and see exactly what it is, expose it for what it is. So they're taking it head on, but they also know at the same time, I'm not trifling with this because I do not want to be abducted or anything. Okay. So, Kiki Palmer, I enjoyed her quite a bit in it. She was good. Daniel Kaluuya gave a very quiet performance because you see it in his face a lot that he's dealing with um, quite a bit that's going on. The loss of their father, he still has to run the ranch. Uh, and then they even touch on how certain like farmers have partnerships with film industries, which I thought was a neat. I thought that was a neat thing that they put in the movie as well, because that's not a lot of things that we get to see is the behind the scenes of how like certain animals are placed and shown on video, how they put these certain markings on so the camera can catch them right there. Um, and then another one of his themes was, especially in that sequence, it's there's a lot of white people that are standing around and they're setting up the scene, about to do the shot. He's warning them, do not stand behind the horse. And and he's already shy. He's already kind of anxious. He's just not really a people person. And so people don't listen. It's almost like you we're in a job where we can do this and we've done it for years and people still don't think that they know what they people still don't think that you know what you're talking about. And it's like, well, I feel, and see, this is what I was saying to myself. I'm like, it should be common knowledge that no one should walk behind a horse. Yep. Somebody walks behind the horse, and what has happened? The horse bucks. Why? Because you're going to spook the animal. Don't do that. Which, like I said, I'll save that for my spoiler review. There's a lot there involving. There's a lot there. Just know that. So uh, there's Michael Wick. I haven't seen anything. There's a really grovelly voice that was. Uh, so yeah, I could listen to you read an audiobook. Just read an audiobook. My sister, she was sitting next to me and she says, "You sound just like him." I said, I can't help myself when I get to the top of the mountain. Oh, yeah. See, come back to that part. When you go see this movie, come back and tell me how I sounded just like that line. Yeah. But they also had like this cool camera because every time this beam goes up, it has all electricity. So it gets camera. It's like one of those old mechanical cameras where you can still roll, you catching a ball, like reel to reel or something like that. I thought that was nice. That was really cool to see. I like the history that they talked about. First black man was the first black jockey, how he wrote, acted, and directed that, and shot the scene and everything. I thought that was really well told. I like seeing us. Not the movie. I like seeing us portrayed in an environment like this as well, because it's almost like sometimes we forget that, yeah, people deal with horses too. And I love animals. So it was something that really resonated with me, especially certain shots, especially there's like one shot towards the end um, involving Kaluuya on the horse that was really cool. Like, it's just a great shot. Like, if I would get that as a poster. It's really well done. Stephen Young, thought he was cool. Not, he was actually in it far less than I thought he would be. But hey, are we back? Yes, we are. Okay, cool. So, should you see this movie? I would say so. Don't just take everyone's word and think like, okay, well, it's it's terrible or it's horrible. I'm not going to say it's terrible, and because it's certainly not. It's not horrible. I just think that he has a lot of ideas and he tries to wrap them all up, but they don't all stick. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. And the thing is with that, you can see how different it would be if he kind of cut just a little bit of things out and kind of and redirected it and focused on several different key elements and points. If he just focused on uh let's see, I don't know how to do this without spoiling it. Let me see. If he just focused on the threat at hand, there's a few nods to what's going on in the beginning, but it does drag for a bit. It does drag for a bit. I thought that there were points where, but I think at the same time, that's why he did it, because he wanted to have, like, okay, so I have this tension here. I'm gonna let it cool out for a bit, but you're gonna remember what happened, because it's like, well, something else has got to take place, and he builds up again, and then boom, tension starts rising up again. You know, those all the power goes out. You know what's about to go down, right? And I was thinking at first that my theory was that the unidentified flying object would be humans that had further, I guess, further advanced themselves and were kidnapping people for that advancement. But then at the same time, in the beginning, there's a scripture from Nahum, chapter 3, verse 6. And I can't the first line that I remember is, I will eliminate the abominable and vile, right? So I was thinking, well, maybe it's only taking away people who are just, they have terrible spirits or terrible personalities. They've just been awful people. But no, that's not that's not what my theory was. I'll let you all come up with your own theories. I'll make a spoiler video later this week. That way, everybody's gotten a chance at some point maybe to see it. And if you haven't seen it yet, just come back to it and take a look at it after you go see it. I just think that we shouldn't be so quick to just say that because it's not Get Out, it's a terrible movie. No, it's its own thing, stands on its own, and I think it's definitely an improvement over Us. And I like that he pulled from Jaws, which is one of the greatest horror movies ever made by the greatest director of all time, Steven Spielberg. So, and in Jaws, you want to talk about building tension? Yeah, tension is definitely built. And I thought it was funny because they're re-releasing Jaws, and they showed a trailer for the re-release uh, that will be happening, I believe, in September. Yeah, so I definitely want to check that out. You all should go check that out as well. If you haven't seen Jaws in theaters, I haven't seen Jaws in theaters. I'm too young to have seen Jaws in theaters. Jaws came out in 1976, so I would like to experience that on the big screen. And when you're in the theater and I was listening to it and or watching it, and then you could hear the sound and the dun 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 dun, dun. It's just a different setting and a different feeling as opposed to when you're at home and you're watching it on DVD or streaming, however you watch Jaws. But yes, Jordan Peele, I would like to see him, because of the way he builds tension. I would like to see him do a straight horror movie. This is definitely a thriller, psychological thriller, sci-fi action movie. Uh, but I would like to see him take on some true horror. I think it would be terrifying, to be honest with you, just because of the way he builds that tension and suspense. Like, if you've seen The Descent, that's an example of something I could see him doing, because he goes for that realism factor as well. He goes through he goes for that realism, but also the fantastical and the mysterious. Okay, and he just blends it together very, very well. And I like that he's able to do that. I just think that there were some things that could have been toned down just a little bit. Maybe some of the pacing could have been, the editing could have been cut down just a bit, because like I said, there were some parts that dragged on for a minute. It's also a beautiful movie to look at. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the score. The score is fantastic. You can feel the dread, and then you can also feel the upbeatness, but it's almost sadistic. It's like it's upbeat, but something terrible is about to go down at the same time. So yes, I encourage you all to go see Nope. Go see it, form your own opinion. People will say what they want. They'll say it's terrible, but maybe not really understand. I mean, don't let your speculation become expectation. Go in with an open mind, sit down, give it a watch, and then form your own thought afterwards. Okay, whatever theories you might have before you go in the theater, just throw them out the window. And then if something that you thought comes up, hey, boom, power to you. But just try to throw it to the side when you go ahead and you sit down and you watch this. It's definitely interesting. It's I would like to see. I do like Jordan Peele as a director. I would like to see him do more projects. So yeah, um, spoiler video will be later this week because, like I said, don't want to give the twist away just yet. When that comes down, I uh, I will talk about that in the next or the part two of this video. So, guys, have a great rest of your Sunday. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I want to get 100 before my birthday, and today, what? I got some dinner theater practice later on, which is going to be fun. And then I'll be over on the Multiverse of Geekdom channel where we on Geekdom Uncut. And we'll be talking about everything involving San Diego Comic Con and all the news that has come out from the Black Panther trailer to Shazam to Daredevil Born Again, She Hulk, MCU Phase 5 plans, the Phase 6 entries of Avengers. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So come check us out. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. You can find me on Twitter at the Outlawed Mime. Find me on Instagram at the Midnight Cinema 41. And I will, like I said, I will get back to the podcast. It's on hold for a minute right now until I get some better equipment. I want to be able to give you all episodes that are clean with no breaks in between. Okay, I don't want any static. I don't want any missing audio. I don't want any of that. So once I get all that cleaned up, we'll resume on the podcast and start building that back up again. So, but thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for all those who watch. Thank you for all those who continue to just comment and like and share ideas. It's beautiful. I love doing this, and I cannot wait to give you all more. So, like I said, have a great rest of your Sunday, and be on the lookout for that spoiler review later in the week. All right, have a great day, guys.